Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but you've got to stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect situation. It's never going to come. Life isn't about perfection, it's about action. And every single day you're sitting around waiting for things to line up. Someone else is out there grinding, hustling, and taking what's theirs. You've got dreams, you've got goals, and you've got potential inside you. But none of it means a thing if you're not willing to move. Let me ask you something. How bad do you really want it? I'm not talking about wanting it when it's convenient or when it feels good. I'm talking about wanting it so bad that you're willing to sacrifice, to wake up early, to stay up late, to push yourself past every excuse and every obstacle. Because if you don't want it that bad, if you're not hungry for it, then it's never going to happen. Change doesn't come to people who wait, it comes to people who work. Taking full responsibility for your life is the single most important step you can take toward creating the future you want. It's not always easy and it's not always comfortable, but it's necessary. Responsibility means owning your choices, your actions, and your outcomes, both the good and the bad. It's about recognizing that no matter what has happened to you, no matter where you come from, no matter how unfair life has been, you are the one in control of your destiny. It's not about blaming yourself for everything that's gone wrong. It's about empowering yourself to make it right. When you take responsibility, you stop giving your power away. You stop waiting for someone else to change your circumstances, to make your life better, or to fix what's broken. You stop blaming the past, other people, or bad luck for where you are. Blame might feel good in the moment as you shift the burden onto something or someone else, but it doesn't help you move forward. It keeps you stuck, waiting for something external to change instead of taking control of the one thing you can always change, yourself. Owning your life means acknowledging that your choices have led you to where you are today. That's not to say everything that's happened to you is your fault. Sometimes things are outside your control. But how you respond, how you choose to move forward, and what you do with the circumstances you're given is entirely up to you. Responsibility is about understanding that while you can't control everything, you can always control your attitude, your effort, and your actions. When you take full responsibility, you stop making excuses. Excuses might feel like a shield to protect yourself from criticism or failure, but they're really just chains that hold you back. They keep you from growing, from learning, from becoming better. Excuses are the stories you tell yourself about why you can't succeed, why you're not where you want to be, why you're not doing what you know you should be doing. But as long as you hold on to those excuses, you'll never reach your full potential. Taking responsibility also means being honest with yourself. It means looking in the mirror and admitting where you've fallen short, where you've made mistakes, where you've let yourself down. This kind of honesty can be tough. It forces you to confront the things you rather avoid. But it's also liberating. When you're honest about where you are, you can start to see where you need to go. You can start to take the steps necessary to change. Honesty is the first step toward growth. Responsibility is about taking control of your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality, and if you're constantly focusing on what you can't do, what's going wrong, or what's holding you back, that's what you'll see in your life. But when you shift your mindset to focus on what you can do, what's possible, and what steps you can take, you start to see opportunities where there were once obstacles. Taking responsibility for your mindset means guarding your thoughts, choosing positivity, and refusing to let negativity take root. Another important aspect of responsibility is accountability. It's not enough to make a commitment to yourself, you have to follow through. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. That might mean setting clear goals, tracking your progress, or asking someone you trust to help keep you on track. Accountability keeps you from letting yourself off the hook, from slacking off, from giving up when things get tough. It reminds you that your success is in your hands. When you take responsibility, you also start to see the power of your decisions. Every decision you make, no matter how small, is a step in a direction. Those steps add up over time, and they determine where you end up. Taking responsibility means being intentional about your decisions, about how you spend your time, about who you surround yourself with, about the habits you build. It's about recognizing that every choice matters and choosing wisely. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. In fact, it often means knowing when to ask for help, when to seek advice, when to lean on others for support. Responsibility isn't about isolating yourself. It's about owning your role in your own success while also recognizing the value of community and collaboration. It's about being strong enough to admit when you need guidance and brave enough to reach out for it. Responsibility is also about resilience. Life will knock you down. Things won't always go as planned. But when you take responsibility, you don't let setbacks define you. You pick yourself up, learn from the experience, and keep moving forward. Responsibility gives you the power to turn failures into lessons, to use challenges as fuel, to grow stronger in the face of adversity. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about knowing that you can handle it and come out better on the other side. Taking full responsibility is a mindset shift. It's a decision to stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the creator of your future. It's about realizing that no matter what's happened in the past, your future is unwritten. You have the pen in your hand, and every choice you make is a stroke on the page. Responsibility is about owning that power, owning your story, and writing the ending you want to see. Discipline over motivation is the key to achieving greatness. Too many people rely on motivation, waiting for the perfect moment when they feel inspired, energized, or ready to take action. But the truth is, motivation comes and goes. It's fickle, it's temporary. Some days you'll wake up excited and driven, ready to tackle whatever comes your way. Other days, you won't feel like getting out of bed. You won't feel like putting in the work. If you rely solely on motivation, those days will defeat you. That's why discipline is non-negotiable. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't rely on emotions. It's the habit of doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel about it in the moment. Discipline is what separates the people who talk about their goals from the people who actually achieve them. Talk is easy. It's easy to say you want to get in shape, start a business, or wrestle. But saying it doesn't mean anything unless you're willing to do the hard work day in and day out to make it happen. And let's be real, that work isn't always exciting. It's not always fun. It's repetitive. It's challenging. And sometimes it's downright boring. But that's where discipline comes in. Discipline makes you show up even when you don't want to. People often wait for motivation because they think it will make the work easier. But here's the thing, discipline makes the work consistent. And consistency is far more powerful than occasional bursts of energy. Consistency builds momentum. It creates progress. It turns small daily efforts into big long-term results. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going when the initial excitement fades, when the obstacles appear, and when the grind gets tough. Discipline is about commitment. It's about making a promise to yourself and keeping it no matter what. When you're disciplined, you don't negotiate with yourself. You don't let excuses creep in. You don't let distractions pull you off course. You decide what needs to be done, and you do it. It's that simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. Discipline requires focused self-control and the ability to delay gratification. It requires you to say no to comfort, to distractions, to shortcuts, and to anything that doesn't align with your goals. The beauty of discipline is that it builds trust in yourself. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you're proving to yourself that you're reliable, capable, and strong. You're showing yourself that you can be counted on to do what you said you would do. That trust is invaluable. It builds confidence. It builds self-esteem. It makes you feel unstoppable because you know you can handle whatever comes your way. Discipline is also about prioritization. It's about knowing what matters most and making those things your focus. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to get pulled in a million different directions. Social media, entertainment, and endless demands on your time can all keep you from working on what's truly important. Discipline cuts through the noise. It helps you stay laser focused on your goals, your vision, and your purpose. It reminds you that not everything deserves your attention and that you have to protect your time and energy for what really matters. One of the hardest parts of discipline is resisting the temptation to quit when things get hard. Discipline doesn't mean you won't face challenges. It doesn't mean you won't have doubts or moments of frustration, but it does mean you won't let those challenges stop you. Discipline keeps you in the game, even when the odds feel stacked against you. It reminds you that the only way to truly fail is to give up. Discipline is about taking control of your life. When you're disciplined, you're not at the mercy of your circumstances or other people's expectations. You're in charge. You're the one deciding how your day goes, how your time is spent, and how your energy is used. That control is empowering. It puts you in the driver's seat and gives you the power to create the life you want. One of the most powerful things about discipline is that it's a skill, not a trait. You're not born with discipline. It's something you develop to practice. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're strengthening that skill. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the easier it becomes to stay consistent, to stay focused, and to stay on track. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not flashy or exciting, but it's effective. It's what gets results. It's what turns dreams into reality. It's what separates the people who wish for success from the people who achieve it. Discipline doesn't just change your habits, it changes your character. It shapes you into a person who is resilient, determined, and unstoppable. Staying focused on your why is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to staying on track and pushing through the obstacles that life throws your way. Your why is your purpose, your reason, your driving force. It's the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning, the thing that keeps you moving forward, even when everything in you wants to stop. Without a strong why, it's easy to lose your way. It's easy to give up when things get hard, to let distractions pull you off course, and to settle for less than what you're capable of. Your why has to be personal. It has to come from deep within you. It can't be something superficial or something that someone else wants for you. It has to be yours. Maybe your why is your family. Maybe it's the desire to create a better life for your kids, to give them opportunities you never had. Maybe your why is proving to yourself that you can achieve the goals you've set, no matter how big or intimidating they might seem. Maybe your why is about impact, leaving a legacy, making a difference, changing lives. Whatever it is, it has to be meaningful to you. When you're clear about your why, it gives you direction. It becomes your North Star, guiding your decisions and helping you stay on course. When you're faced with choices, distractions, or temptations, your why reminds you of what's really important. It helps you filter out the noise and focus on what matters most. It gives you clarity in a world that's constantly pulling you in a million different directions. Your why is also your fuel. It's what keeps you going when the road gets tough, when the work feels overwhelming, when progress feels slow. It's the thing that pushes you to take one more step, to keep moving forward, even when you're tired, frustrated, or ready to give up. When you feel like you've hit a wall, your why gives you the strength to break through it. It reminds you of what's at stake and why the effort is worth it. Staying focused on your why means keeping it front and center in your mind. It's not enough to know your why. You have to actively remind yourself of it every single day. Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it often. Create a vision board, a mantra, or a daily affirmation that reinforces your purpose. Surround yourself with reminders of why you started, why you're working so hard, and why you can't afford to quit. It's easy to lose sight of your why in the chaos of life. Deadlines, responsibilities, and everyday stress can make it hard to stay connected. That's why it's so important to take time to reflect, to reconnect with your why, and to make sure your actions are aligned with your goals. Ask yourself regularly, is what I'm doing today bringing me closer to my why? Are my habits, choices, and priorities in line with my purpose? If the answer is no, it's time to recalibrate. Distractions are one of the biggest threats to staying focused on your why. The world is full of things that can pull you off course: social media, entertainment, other people's opinions, and even your own doubts and fears. Staying focused means being intentional about how you spend your time and energy. It means saying no to things that don't align with your why, even when they're tempting or popular. It means being disciplined enough to prioritize your purpose over instant gratification. Sometimes staying focused on your why means making sacrifices. It means giving up short-term comforts for long-term rewards. It means working when others are relaxing, saying no to things that don't serve your goals, and putting in the effort even when you don't feel like it. But those sacrifices are worth it when you're working towards something meaningful. They're worth it when you know that every step you take is bringing you closer to the life you want. Your why is also your anchor when things get hard. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. There will be times when you face setbacks, failures, and obstacles that make you question whether it's all worth it. During those times, your why is what keeps you grounded. It's what reminds you that the struggle is temporary, but the reward is permanent. It's what helps you push through the pain and keep going, even when it feels impossible. Surrounding yourself with people who understand and support your why can make a huge difference. Your environment has a powerful impact on your ability to stay focused. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, or people who don't share your vision, it's going to be much harder to stay on track. But when you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, and who remind you of your purpose, it becomes easier to stay connected to your why. At the end of the day, your why is your foundation. It's the reason you started, the reason you keep going, and the reason you'll succeed. It's what sets you apart from people who quit when things get hard. It's what keeps you moving forward when others will give up. So it drives you to become the best version of yourself. Embracing the struggle is one of the most important mindsets you can adopt if you want to grow, succeed, and thrive in life. The struggle is where you are tested, where your limits are pushed, and where you discover what you're truly capable of. Most people want the rewards without the effort, the results without the challenges, the victories without the battles. But the truth is, the struggle is what shapes you. It's what builds your character, strengthens your resilience, and prepares you for the next level. Without the struggle, there is no growth. When you face challenges, it's easy to feel like the world is against you, like the obstacles in your path are unfair or too big to overcome. But those challenges are not there to break you, they're to build you. Every time you struggle, you're being given an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. The struggle is your training ground. It's the place where you develop the skills, the mindset, and the toughness you need to achieve your goals. It's not something to run from or avoid, it's something to lean into. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. When you stay in your comfort zone, you're not pushing yourself, and when you're not pushing yourself, you're not growing. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it doesn't lead to progress. Struggle, on the other hand, is uncomfortable, but it's where transformation happens. It's where you're forced to confront your weaknesses, face your fears, and push past your limits. It's where you realize that you're capable of so much more than you thought. Struggle teaches you resilience. Life is unpredictable, and you're going to face setbacks, failures, and disappointments along the way. If you've never struggled, you won't know how to handle those moments. You'll crumble under the pressure. But when you embrace the struggle, you learn how to bounce back. You learn how to keep going even when things don't go your way. You learn that setbacks are temporary and that every failure is an opportunity to try again, to learn something new, and to come back stronger. The struggle also reveals your true character. It's easy to be positive, motivated, and focused when everything is going well. But when things get tough, that's when your true self is revealed. Do you give up at the first sign of difficulty? Or do you dig deep and keep going? Do you let fear and doubt take over? Or do you stay focused on your goals? The way you handle struggle says a lot about who you are. Embracing the struggle means committing to showing up as your best self no matter how hard things get. One of the greatest lessons the struggle teaches is patience. In today's world, everyone wants instant results, quick fixes, overnight success, immediate gratification. But real success takes time. It takes persistence. It takes showing up day after day, even when it feels like you're not making progress. The struggle forces you to slow down, to trust the process, and to keep putting in the work, even when you can't see the results yet. It teaches you that good things come to those who are willing to put in the effort and wait for the payoff. The struggle also helps you appreciate your success when it finally comes. When you've had to work hard, sacrifice, and fight for what you want, the victory is so much sweeter. It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. The struggle makes the rewards meaningful. It reminds you of everything you had to overcome to get there. Without the struggle, success wouldn't feel as fulfilling. It's the challenges you face along the way that give your achievements their value. Embracing the struggle is a mindset shift. It's about changing the way you see challenges. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, you start to see them as opportunities. Instead of avoiding difficulty, you welcome it as a chance to grow. You understand that every struggle you face is making you stronger, wiser, and better equipped to handle whatever comes next. You start to see the struggle as a gift, not a burden. When you embrace the struggle, you also inspire others. People are drawn to those who face adversity with courage and determination. When they see you pushing through the hard times, staying committed to your goals, and refusing to give up, it motivates them to do the same. Your willingness to embrace the struggle becomes a source of strength for those around you. It shows them that they too can overcome whatever challenges they're facing. Struggle is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're growing. It's not the end of the road. It's a stepping stone on your journey to success. Every time you struggle, you're being given an opportunity to become stronger, smarter, and more resilient. You're being prepared for something greater. The company you keep has a profound influence on the person you become. The people you surround yourself with, your friends, colleagues, mentors, and even family shape your thoughts, your habits, and ultimately your life. It's not just a cliche that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's a truth that reveals itself in every aspect of your journey. If you want to grow, achieve greatness, and reach your potential, you have to take a hard look at the energy, mindsets, and behaviors of those around you. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you is not just important, it's essential. When you're around individuals who are ambitious, driven, and focused on growth, their energy becomes contagious. They challenge you to think bigger, work harder, and become better. They encourage you to push past your limits and remind you of your potential when you're feeling doubtful or discouraged. These are the people who celebrate your successes, but also hold you accountable when you're falling short. They don't let you settle for mediocrity because they see the greatness in you, even when you don't see it in yourself. On the other hand, negative influences can drag you down faster than you realize. People who constantly complain, make excuses, or settle for less will bring that same energy into your life. Their doubts, fears, and lack of ambition will start to seep into your mindset if you're not careful. They'll make you question your goals, your dreams, and your ability to achieve them. They'll tell you it's too hard, it's not worth it, or that you should be satisfied with where you are. The truth is, their negativity isn't about you, it's about them. It's about their own fears and insecurities, but if you're not careful, you'll start to carry their baggage as if it's your own. The company you keep also affects your habits. When you're surrounded by people who are disciplined, focused, and proactive, those traits rub off on you. You start to adopt their work ethic, their routines, and their ways of thinking. But when you're around people who procrastinate, make excuses, and avoid responsibility, it becomes easier for you to do the same. Habits are contagious, and the people in your circle either reinforce the habits that will lead you to success or encourage the will hold you back. Choosing your circle is not always easy. It might mean distancing yourself from people you've known for years or setting boundaries with those who don't support your growth. It might mean having uncomfortable conversations or making decisions that others don't understand. But protecting your energy, your mindset, and your goals is worth it. You have to be willing to prioritize your future over your comfort. Surrounding yourself with the right people doesn't just mean finding those who are successful or accomplished. It means finding people who align with your values, your vision, and your goals. To look for people who are not just chasing their own success, but are also invested in helping others succeed. Look for people who challenge you to be better, but also celebrate who you are. Look for people who inspire you with their actions, their integrity, and their commitment to growth. It's also important to remember that being in the right circle isn't just about what you can gain, it's about what you can give. Be the kind of person who uplifts, supports, and inspires others. Be a friend, mentor, or partner who pushes people to be their best selves. Your energy, attitude, and actions have the power to influence those around you just as theirs influence you. When you show up as your best self, you attract people who do the same. Sometimes finding the right circle means stepping out of your comfort zone. It might mean joining new groups, attending events, or seeking out mentors who are where you want to be. It might mean putting yourself in environments where you feel like the least experienced or least accomplished person in the room. But that's exactly where you want to be, because those are the rooms where growth happens. Those are the rooms where you'll be challenged, inspired, and pushed to rise to the next level. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your mindset, your actions, and your outcomes. If you're serious about changing your life, you have to start by changing your environment. That means surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who share your vision, and who are committed to growth. It means letting go of relationships that drain your energy, limit your potential, or hold you back. It means being intentional about who you allow into your life and how they influence your journey. The people you surround yourself with should reflect the person you want to become. If you want to be disciplined, surround yourself with disciplined people. If you want to be ambitious, surround yourself with ambitious people. If you want to be successful, surround yourself with people who are already succeeding or on the path to success. Your circle is a mirror of your future, and the energy, habits, and mindsets of those around you will either propel you forward or keep you stagnant.